The destructive nature of Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii. I'm pretty sure we've all heard about what happened to Pompeii when Mount Vesuvius erupted. Let's, I want to look at something really fast. Let's see about this, you all. So, Pompeii. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I am. I'm looking at an article from history.com, and it's on Pompeii. Mount Vesuvius is a volcano near the Bay of Naples in Italy. It has erupted more than 50 times. Its most famous eruption took place in the year 79 AD, when the volcano buried the ancient Roman city of Pompeii under a thick carpet of volcanic ash. The dust poured across the land like a flood, one witness wrote, and shrouded the city in a darkness like the black of closed and unlighted rooms. 2,000 people died, and the city was abandoned for almost as many years. When a group of explorers rediscovered the site in 1748, they were surprised to find that underneath a thick layer of dust and debris, Pompeii was mostly intact. The buildings, the artifacts, and skeletons left behind in the buried city have taught us a great deal about everyday life in the ancient world. So let me put this back to me. I know that you've heard of it. If you've watched any channels, I'm sure you've heard of Pompeii being, buried in volcanic ash. Let me do this right here. So I'm wondering, when it erupted, I really do wonder. We know that volcanoes, this is what they do. They hurl when they have an eruption, they hurl debris in the air. Okay, that's what they do. All in the air. And I want to copy down this right here. I want to try to go somewhere with it. Hello, Michael, honey. I want to put down here. I just read the front part of history.com. Let's put that right there. And let's come over here and look at some of these images of, this is Mount Vesuvius erupts. Look at the ash. Look at the volcanic ash that rains down upon the city of Pompeii, destroying it. So, wait a minute. Yeah, let's look at the screen, you all. We're going to look at it. I'm going to put this in here. Destroyed the city of Pompeii. I'm going to put this here. Hello, Susan B. Honey. We're going to put this in here. This may not be for everyone. It really may not be. But that's all right, you all. Let me come back to me. I want to do something else. Okay, let me do something else. It's tied right into this. Let's look at this, you all. Come on now. Right here, this is some images of volcanic eruptions. Okay, look at some of these right here. Some of the images. We're going to do this right here. Look at the destructive nature of volcanoes, how they can spew things in the air, just like this volcanic ash and stuff like this. Way up in the air. Looks like this right here, volcanic lightning. Looks like this is coming from the gods above. That's what it looks like, coming from God above. Look how it's like boom, right down there, activating that mountain. Activating it, you all. That great big volcanic mountain. Okay. Now, let's look at some more images, you all. You can see that some of these don't look too nice. They really don't. We know what volcanoes can do. Look at this lava flow. They literally layer places in dust. Let's look at this volcanic eruption. What was the last one? Yellowstone. Was that Yellowstone that erupted? Yellowstone. Okay, we can do it. Yellowstone. So we've got Yellowstone volcanic ash covered. Oh, well, see, they don't want to give me the images that I want to get. We've got Yellowstone right here. I want you all. What was that? What was that volcano that erupted? And it literally put ash all over the houses and everything. It buried everything. Does somebody know about it? Because I'm trying to find it out. I'm not doing. Let me see this. Okay, we can see it. Okay, I got something right here. So this volcanic eruption right here, Pompeii, at least 20 dead. See the Pompeii. This was this is Fuego volcano in Guatemala. You can see the volcanic ash, what it did. Just like this. You can see the devastation that it leaves behind. The Guatemala volcano, you can see what it does. And I'm pretty sure that, look at that, it leaves villages like buried completely. You all look at this. The ash-covered island of Montserrat. That whole entire city looks like it's buried in ash. Okay, it does. Let me put this in here because you might want to go. So some of these things that are in here, because I am going to go somewhere with this. That popped into my mind. Might get myself in trouble. I might. Do I like getting in trouble? No, I really don't like getting in trouble. I don't. But you can see they're covered in volcanic dust. Let me do this. Volcanoes. Violent. Let's look at this. The deadliest eruption in the 20th century. Following the event, the entire city of St. Pierre was wiped off the map. Wiped off the map. St. Pierre. Let me do this to just the screen right here. Indonesia suffered 3 deadly volcanic events through this area. The deadliest eruption of the 20th century took place on Martinique's Mount Pelée in 1902. Following the event, the entire city of St. Pierre was wiped off the map, and 30,000 deaths were recorded. Citizens of the city did not pay heed to the mountain's warning. They failed to evacuate in time as a result. For some reason, nearby residents believed that the only danger from the volcano was the lava flow and that they would flee to safety in time. Things got out of hand when the ash from the eruption blocked the roads. After this, strong tremors released a cloud of gas with temperatures reaching higher than 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Finally, an avalanche of boiling ash was sent down the mountain after a tremendous blast, ultimately burying the city of St. Pierre beneath it. Okay, so let me put this here, you all. I'm going to do a what if. I'm going to do a what if, you all. I am. And you may not like my what if, but I'm going to do a what if hype. I'm going to have some hyperbole. I'm going to hypothesize. I'm going to hypothesize. So, why was the city of Pompeii made famous? Really, why was it? One moment. There's another example of, let's say, what if, you all, what if, let me just say this, what if this city, I can't really say it, really can't. How am I going to say it? let me just show this. What if one of these ancient cities spoken of in the Bible, how these two angels came down, and some would probably call them extraterrestrials. They came down and they warned a certain person and his family to get out of the city because they could not hold back the fire, the hailstones and stuff that were going to come down from above, and that would destroy that city. What if it was like lightning? What if it was like lightning that came down from above? Like some of these, excuse me, some of these like volcanoes, how they spewed lightning all up in the air. Excuse me. Now's not a good time for my throat to be acting up, you all. How it spewed from the air. You got Pompeii. It got literally buried. You've got this right here. You got the lightning and stuff. You've got it all going. What if it was something like this that occurred? What if those angels were, you know, something? Look at that coming out of that volcano. And this right here would literally hurl fire up into the sky and hailstones. And you would want to flee for your life, because if you stayed, you're just going to get destroyed. Like Pompeii. You get destroyed like the city of Pompeii, you all. You would. The whole entire city got like buried in ash and stuff. Let me find it. And they unburied it. There was these structures right here. Look at it. They unburied it. It got covered. The mountain got very angry, I guess. And it erupted. And I'm sure not just the ash fell. I'm sure there was something else coming out of that volcano, and it just hurled stuff up into the sky and buried everybody right then and there, like this one right here. Martinique's Mount Pelee in 1902. The entire city wiped off the map. Just like that. Why? You ever ask yourself, why do certain things like that happen to entire cities? And is there like a great spirit in control of these volcanoes and stuff like that? Is there a great spirit that causes things like that to happen? And if so, why? Why must a whole entire city just like be wiped out? Why? I think there's more than meets the eye. I really do. And with the city of Pompeii, I don't know about where that other biblical city was located either. I don't. But that just made me think, it really did. You have entire towns wiped out. You have visitors that show up. You could call them interdimensional. They come from the other realm, but then they manifest into the real world. These angels, these angelic beings, messengers. We know that there's other worldly beings. Some are good, some are bad. And What if we saw something like that today in our lifetime? Some otherworldly beings that just showed up and they were really powerful. What would we think, really? And if they told us something was to happen, like say like the two witnesses in biblical times, in prophecy, that are supposed to show up according to the apocalyptic book at the end of the Bible. What if could you imagine what would people do if they saw angelic like beings, fire coming out of their mouth, and because they were dead, they laid in the streets, and then the breath of life came back in them, and they stood up, and they literally had fire coming out. What would they think? Would it wake some people up? I tell you, that'd be a wake-up call for a lot of people if they saw something like that. It really would. I think there's messengers that come throughout history in various times in history to a lot of people. And maybe sometimes they don't pay attention. Maybe they just dismiss it. They might. But as for Pompeii, I don't know what was going on in Pompeii, and I don't know what was going on in the this city of Saint Pierre. I really don't. There are natural disasters that occur, but we know that there are other types of beings that have technology way, way beyond that of modern man. And where did that technology come from, and where did these beings come from? And are they mortals or are they immortals to have such technology? There's lots of questions that can be asked and should be asked, but then there's not that many definitive answers that are given. There really isn't. So it just makes me wonder about that one account. I wonder if it was from a violent volcanic eruption from something near there. I don't know where it's located. I'm not going to go look for it either. I'm not offhand. I'm not. But it just makes me wonder why certain things happen. It truly is like time and chance in some instances when tragic befalls people. Because certainly not a whole entire civilization or a whole entire country could be to blame and have to pay the price, really. Not a whole country should have to pay for things like that if they are like acts of God and stuff like that. Look at these. In New Zealand, you got this ash-covered victims of a New Zealand volcano eruption, looked badly burned. But you got these UFOs on top of it, these cloud ships. Even though they may give it, look at that, you all. Even though they may give these clouds a different name, no. Those are UFOs, and wonder what they're thinking. I really do. I wonder what they're thinking about earthlings, humans. So look at the shadow on the mountain right here. Let's look at this, you all, really fast. I want to see this. Let me put this in here. I don't like looking at volcanoes. I really don't. Because if I wanted to study, and I'm sure I could find a lot of stuff on there, really not that one. Let's see if I can get to it, you all. I'm going to try to get over to where I'm supposed to be at. Don't you tell me you all, I think how did that happen? I closed it completely out. I really did. completely out. Guess it's not meant to see it, really. And I even, okay, I found it right here. The ash-covered victims of New Zealand volcano eruption. And that's in 2019 right here. And I don't remember that volcano erupting. I guess I wasn't paying too much attention. But you can see like these UFOs all around. It was a New Zealand's deadly volcanic eruption off a white island. It was covered in ash and appeared to have been badly burned. Some of the victims, as a helicopter rescue pilot, flew them to a hospital. He recounted his experience on Tuesday. They were in fairly serious conditions. They were pretty poorly but covered in ash, looking quite badly burned, adding that the ash had obscured the details of the injuries. Wakatane on the east coast of North Island is the main base for tours to the White Island. The biggest hazard was the significant amount of dust swirling in the air, and the main concern would have been for any follow-up eruptions. 8 people were still unaccounted for, so that volcano erupted. And how many of the volcanoes around the world have cloud structures like this that hover over them? How many? And why do these type of cloud structures, I say structures because they're not translucent, there's something solid in them. How many of the volcanoes around the world and mountains have these particular type? And why are they seen in certain regions? And why are they more prominent in more regions than in others? And why do people want to dismiss them? I never seen clouds like this when I was little. Never did. At all. I just saw the white puffy clouds, and I knew nothing about this stuff right here. I don't think we're alone. I really don't think we're alone, and I think there is a greater power at work here. I really do, and I think there is a power struggle going on in the world. A big power struggle going on in the world, you all. And it has been for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. And it just keeps playing out, playing out, playing out. And if you're like me, you wonder, when's it going to stop? When is there going to be an end put to this tragedy that keeps befalling mankind on earth? When is there going to be an end to all of this stuff that keeps repeating? Destructive forces of nature, acts of God. I guess that's something we're going to have to wait and see when that end will come. In the meantime, we've got to stay strong. We really do, because we're not alone. We have good forces in this world. We have bad forces in this world. We have good forces in the spiritual realm, interdimensional realm. We have bad ones also. We have good forces, I believe, underneath this earth. And we have bad ones. Just like humans. You got some good ones. You got some bad ones. You got some not so good and not so bad. But if you're on this earth and you're watching this video, yeah, you're going to experience it, and I'm sure you have experienced it. Different types of trying times in your life, wondering why certain things happen the way they happen for no reason. And it's not as easy to dismiss. Well, I guess it's supposed to. It's hard to find the silver lining in some tragic events. It really is, because there is none at times. There is none, and it's hard to reason. It really is, and some people don't ever bounce back when they get dealt a bad hand in life. They don't. So it's nothing to make light of. It isn't. But certainly there are things that are beyond our control that happen on this earth. Way beyond our control. And it takes all the strength we have to stand. It does. And keep going. Even though it's hard, it takes enormous strength to stand up against certain times, certain instances, certain circumstances, and certain powers within our life that come against us. But I think that we do have the strength to stand. We do. We may not realize it at times. We may feel so broken by what has happened in our lives, and when we look around, we may feel so broken on the inside and thinking that, how are we ever going to make it through? You're going to make it. Okay, you are. As long as you don't give up, you've got to keep going. And it may never be the same the way that it was. And chances are, in some instances, it may be better. But in some instances, it may just get worse. And you just got to be prepared on the inside. You really do. And there's a lot of truth in history. The history that we can see, and there is a lot of truth if you go looking for it. And I'm done. I'm done talking, you all. I really am. There's forces out there that some people may not believe in, but that doesn't make them not true. Just because someone doesn't believe it doesn't mean it's not so, okay? It doesn't at all. I happen to believe in a higher power, and I'm sure a lot of you all do too. And it's wonderful. It really is. It's good to have faith. It's good to have hope in something. Even if you can't have hope in yourself, you need something else to have hope in. You really do. So with that being said, I'm going to go. So the destructive nature of Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii buried the whole entire city. And what did the whole entire city do? In some instances, nothing. But then you ask yourself, why? Why do some people have to endure what they endure while others don't? It's strange. It really is. And there are no answers at times at all. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful afternoon, you all. And I wasn't planning on doing this type of video, but this is how it ended. Thank you for watching and listening. Love you.